All right, moving on over to Wednesday night for this week's episode of NXT, the first one of 2021, New Year's Evil. The show started out with Dexter Lumis as the host. Literally, we saw him, 3 times the whole night? Was this opening segment at the commentator's booth for another time. And then to hit the ring bell and announce a match, the mixed tag match later on. I think that was it. And then I think maybe it was something Regal in the back. But yeah, what'd you think of Dexter Lumis as a host for the show this week?
I didn't.
Right? I mean, he wasn't hardly there. He hardly did anything.
With his personality, you don't really need him that much, too. So it's fine.
Yeah, I guess, give him something to do. But yeah, it was very minimum. So, all right, let's talk about this opening match here. Karrion Kross, first match back since being injured for the last, 3.5 months now? God, it's been that long.
Something like that.
Yeah, taking on Damian Priest here. Yeah, Richard, please, what you think of this opener here?
2 big thumbs up. When I saw it, I was like, this is going to be really hard to top, and then it got topped and topped. So
yeah, exactly. For me, I thought it was a little slow pace. I feel like Damian Priest was doing his best to what's the word? I think Karrion Kross is still very green in some aspects, and I really felt like Damian Priest was trying to do his best to kind of I want to say carry him, maybe is the proper word, but yeah, it was. There was moments.
Try to mesh with Karrion Kross.
Yeah, it was tough. Like for me,
well, you can also look at it as that it's the first time those two have ever wrestled.
Yeah,
sometimes you get that.
Like here, what I'm trying to get at is I see the potential in Karrion Kross being a big superstar for WWE, and of course, I want everyone to be successful. I still think he's very green. I don't know how many reps he's able to kind of get, especially being back from injury. It was a very slow paced match that really kind of was. I mean, Damian Priest specifically, he's really been stepping up his game over the last few months, ever since he won the North American Championship. So I think Damian Priest seemed a little bit slower down to match Karrion Kross's speed. I think Karrion Kross, it's tough. Like I feel like his body of work in NXT is very minimum because we haven't seen too much of him. Because the squash matches, one match with Ciampa, got hurt against Keith Lee in this match. So he's only really had a handful of actual legit contender matches here. So it's tough for me to kind of analyze Karrion Kross as a performer because I didn't see any of his work in Impact or down in Mexico, Lucha Underground, right? I mean, so he
had one match in MLW.
Yeah, so I just for me,
two. Okay.
I guess for me, part of it is I really want to see Karrion Kross develop a better finish. Other than just the suplex,
Doomsday Saito.
Yeah, and then
that's a great finish.
He didn't do the
cross jacket.
He didn't do that one tonight. He did more of the forearm in the back of Damian Priest's head. What do you call it?
I like that though because it kind of drives me nuts sometimes, or when it's so formulaic that just you can only win a match with your finishing move. Like that's kind of one of those things that I'm a big cheerleader for Seth Rollins is that he's had how many finishing moves at this point? So
curb stomp,
pedigree, the curb stomp, frog splash. That was it. Revolution knee.
Yeah.
So it's like I think it's better when you've got a range like that. You should be able to win a match out of the blue with a DDT.
Yeah.
It's
I guess for me, it's just I'm being optimistic of what Karrion Kross's potential is. I just still kind of question how well his work rate is right now, and so
well, he just it's his first match back from an
injury, so
and it's his first injury, so he was probably trying not to get re-injured.
Yeah, and that's why I'm like I said, I'm a little skeptical of this match as far as his performance, and so I don't want him necessarily to be skyrocketed back into the title picture scene because I still want him to get some good quality matches under his belt.
He's going to be because they don't want people to forget that he was the champion.
Yeah, and that's what I'm kind of worried about for Finn Balor.
It'll be fine. In the end, it'll all be fine.
So, I mean, it was a good, solid match. I mean, it was pretty long, too. Almost 20 minutes, if I remember correctly.
Close to it, yeah.
So, Damian Priest, good match. I mean, I thought it was a great competitor for Karrion Kross here. But Karrion Kross does pick up the victory. But real quick, I want to touch on, did you hear the rumor that Damian Priest was supposed to be on SmackDown or was potentially going to get called up last week?
Yeah. Did you know who started that rumor?
Uncle Dave.
Yeah.
Well, and then also WrestleVotes was tweeting about it. So the rumor was, for anyone who doesn't know,
Let's not even. It's just move past it because it's not important.
Well, so we'll see if this loss is going to lead to Damian Priest coming over to SmackDown in the near future. So that's
the Royal Rumble coming up. No one's going to debut before the Royal Rumble like that. That's idiot.
So we also saw the announcement, once again, the Dusty Classic is returning. They listed all the tag teams so far. They haven't announced all the tag teams, but a good portion of them. My money is on Everrise.
They did wind up putting it out. The full men's.
I saw a portion of it on Wikipedia. I mean, there's a full list. You guys can look it up online. Do you have any? Let's see. So they got Undisputed Era, Everrise, Breezango, Grizzled Young Veterans. Also Austin Gray, Kurt Stallion, the Bollywood Boys, Drake Maverick, Killian Dane, Imperium, Jake Atlas,
and Isaiah Swerve Scott.
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting. Them two pairing,
Kushida and Leon Ruff, and the Way, Austin Theory and Johnny Gargano,
and Legado del Fantasma. So
Raul Mendoza and Joaquin Wilde.
Do you have any favorites here?
They also have Imperium, Drake Maverick, Killian Dane, Kurt Stallion, Kushida, and Leon Ruff. I'm gonna go with Grizzled Young Veterans.
Me too.
That's what I was thinking too.
Me too.
I think there is a possibility of. Damn. I mean, most of them are just so mixed. It's hard to say because they have gone with mixed teams before. But
I mean, watch.
Never bet against the Undisputed Era too.
Drake Maverick, Killian Dane are going to win it all.
Possibly.
They're the odd couple.
Yeah, that'd be something.
So, but it's really cool. I mean, I'm looking forward to it. This has really turned to a big thing for NXT over the last few years. So I'm looking forward to it. And they also announced a women's version of it as well. So I think that's going to be very cool.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to all of it. But yeah, Grizzled Young Veterans is my early pick. But I want Everrise to have a strong showing, but I feel like they're going to be one and done, unfortunately. But I was going to ask you real quick. So Adam Cole was doing the promo with Roderick Strong. And Adam Cole was talking very seriously, but Roderick Strong behind him was kind of making odd faces. So I wonder if that's going to be like the beginning.
You say this every week.
Dude,
every week.
You really think Roderick Strong is going to turn heel on him?
Watch. When it happens, I'll be like, I told you so. There it is.
All right.
It happened.
You've been saying this since I've been on this podcast with you.
It's going to happen, man. And then when it happens, I'll be like, I told you so.
Someday the Undertaker's going to retire. Watch it. It's going to happen.
I told you so. So, but yeah, so what? It's going to happen, man.
He's like that meme of Leonardo DiCaprio when he's pointing, with a cigarette.
Yes.
That's him. That's him.
Told you so. Look.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's so true.
Next up, so just also FYI, it was announced that Timothy Thatcher was injured, so his match with Ciampa in the Fight Pit was postponed to a later date and time, which is cool. I mean, so that'll be probably the main event of whatever future episode of NXT is going to be. So
I'm down with that.
Yeah, space it out a little bit. Next up was the Cruiserweight Championship match, Santos Escobar taking on Grand Metalik.
Ooh, very good.
It was a good one.
Man, just watching Grand Metalik walk those ropes, that's amazing.
He's walking on water.
That match was one of those things that makes me kind of kick myself in the butt for not paying attention to 205 Live like I should.
Yeah. I mean, but there's so much going on. Like, honestly, Tommy and I were watching Wrestle Kingdom yesterday, night 1. We still haven't watched night 2 yet, but it's almost a week ago now. But it's there's so much else to watch in a week. I got to catch up on NXT UK. I want to watch MLW still.
And it was really good this week, NXT UK. I watched.
There's so much to keep track of. It's literally my free time every Saturday and Sunday is just watching wrestling. Yeah. But anyway, great match here. I like how Santos Escobar really wasn't going so much the high flying route and was kind of Grand Metalik, he likes to go high flying, but Santos kind of brought him back down to the ground. So I just love that the differing styles back and forth here. So I really enjoy that. But yeah, ultimately Santos Escobar picks up the victory here. So I mean, I hope Lucha House Party stays on NXT. to a certain extent, but
Sure.
yeah.
I think why not have them in the Dusty Rhodes Classic? You know?
I mean, that'd be kind of cool if they get them in there.
I'd like that.
I mean, I don't know how long they're going to be used on Raw on a regular basis, but it was a busy week for them, as we said. So, then who's the other guy, the third member that left that stayed on SmackDown? Oh my God. The other member. But anyway, what I'm getting at, he hasn't been seen at SmackDown at all.
Kalisto.
Yeah. Manny Rodriguez is.
Yeah, whatever happened with him. So anyway, so something Tommy and I noticed is obviously without the fight pit match on NXT this week, I felt like they were trying to find other segments to fill up time, and this was one of them. Because I remember last week we talked about that last vignette with Xia Li and Boa.
I kind of had that thought too. And I was thinking to myself, they probably knew this a week or two in advance that wasn't actually going to happen.
That Thatcher was going to be out. Yeah,
they just waited.
So because last week on NXT they're like, oh yeah, Xia Li's in action next week, and I was like, wait a sec. They had the 5 matches lined up already.
They might have just realized that we're really strapped for time and we can give that match better attention at a later date. No one's really injured.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. But Xia Li comes out with her, I guess, repackaged look or reprogrammed to be like this badass warrior here.
She looked good.
Cobra Kai.
Yes,
Cobra Kai. Yeah.
So she took on Katrina Cortez in pretty much a squash match. But you saw Boa come out in the suit, kind of like her manager, and then that mythical figure person there
on his throne.
On the throne there. It was cool with the smoke and they come walking down.
I dug it.
Yeah,
neat.
Listen, I know NXT is known for more of the hard hitting, just more technical wrestling kind of. It's Triple H's baby for it's his version of Ring of Honor, more or less. But then again, when NXT does some of this more a little bit over top gimmicks or characters, they do it pretty well. And so Xia Li with this new persona, I really dug it. And so she's reprogrammed to be this, like I said, badass soldier. So I'm excited to see what she can do. And
it's like something out of Kill Bill.
While I do think the women's division is a little crowded right now, but there is rumors of people potentially leaving to go to Raw and SmackDown. We are Royal Rumble season. So this might be a good time for Xia Li to get this repackage because she can slide right in and kind of mix it up with the best of the women's division right away. So looking forward to that. Oh, man. Next up, which, I mean, could easily be argued match of the night. So Raquel Gonzalez taking on Rhea Ripley, last woman standing match. Richard, what'd you think of this one?
I thought this was the best match of the night.
Yeah.
This is everything I love about wrestling. This is just physical. This is what I say about how the women of WWE wrestle like the men should. This is exactly what you want out of a match.
Yeah, it was great. God, just the hard hitting back and forth. They laid their bodies on the line. I know I keep saying that a lot.
It was a street fight,
but it was intense. I mean, they used all aspects of that of the Capital City, or was it
the Capital Wrestling Center?
Capital Wrestling Center. As far as I love, hard hitting in the beginning of the match in the ring. They went outside. Rhea tried to handcuff Raquel, but Raquel got handcuffed to the fence, and then Rhea grabbed the kendo stick, started hitting her. I laughed though. The camera was right there, and when she grabbed it, she said kick, and so when Rhea went to swing, Raquel kicked her. So I was like, the microphone picked up her calling her spot. So, but then when Rhea fell back, Raquel ripped her handcuff out of the fence there. I was like, whoa, just badass visual.
And did you see Rhea stuff Dakota Kai in the locker?
Yes, dude. Okay, so they're fighting, and they use, like I said, all aspects of the outside, and they go out to the backstage area. They crash through the glass door.
I love that.
Oh my god,
awesome.
That was shattering.
And then they go back outside, and then Dakota Kai comes running out the kendo stick, starts hitting Rhea Ripley.
This is why Rhea Ripley has been in NXT longer than she should, because she's getting the next girls ready.
Yeah,
because now we're not going to remember that Rhea Ripley has left NXT because we've got Reina Gonzalez. She's the next Rhea Ripley.
Raquel Gonzalez.
Raquel, god damn it.
So
whatever her name is, Gonzalez.
But she stuffed Dakota Kai in that locker and then put the a roller thing in front of it. Dude, I mean, Dakota Kai, to her credit, she fit perfectly in there. I hope she's not claustrophobic because I am.
I doubt it.
Dude, like that's they quickly left, and so hopefully they got her out pretty quickly. But
it's like stuffing someone in a dryer or something like that.
So yeah, please do not try that at home.
Don't try that at home, kids.
I'm gonna do it.
And so, but yeah, they go back out front, and then finally Raquel and Rhea fall through the side of the stage, and Raquel beat the 10 count. Rhea
just barely.
But yeah, Raquel got the win here. Big victory for Raquel Gonzalez. I'm like, I know it's a heel, but wow, clean, like more or less clean if you take away Dakota earlier in the match. But I'm shocked. I mean, I was shocked, but I'm at the same time not, because there are rumors Rhea Ripley's going to get moved over to Raw or SmackDown, and Royal Rumble is coming up.
Exactly, and how fitting would it be for Rhea Ripley to win the Royal Rumble and have, I'm guessing, Charlotte beat Asuka, so then you get Charlotte against Rhea, and Rhea gets the title win back that she lost last year at WrestleMania.
That makes sense. Yeah.
It's and then Raquel, she's left standing as the dominant female of that division. But both women looked amazing, incredible match. Happy for Raquel. Now, their previous match, was that at Halloween Havoc? I was trying to remember off the top of my head, because they've been spacing them apart. They had obviously War Games, where that's where they met up there, but that was 4-on-4. But they had the other match. So I mean,
was it Takeover they had a match?
I think so. No, but anyway, I'm just saying, remember. I'm just happy for Raquel. Like in the last year, she's really come a long way. Like she's really become like a badass for this division. So big things are coming for her. And like I said, the women's division as a whole is going to be awesome. Let's see. Then we saw the way Team Johnny Gargano come out, cut a promo. But then it led to Shotzi Blackheart coming out with the tank, shoots Austin Theory with the tank, the arrow and the nuts. So
yeah, it was like a bazooka.
And it led to a mixed tag. Kushida comes out. So it's Kushida and Shotzi Blackheart taking on Johnny Gargano and Candice LeRae.
Just a throwaway match.
Yeah.
Johnny Gargano is so dense that light bends around him.
Yeah, that's true.
Decent match. I mean, Johnny and Candice were in their street clothes, but
it was just meh.
Yeah, it was good filler match. Yeah. I mean, it's funny. Like War Games happen, but Shotzi and Candice are not done, so they're still going at it. So probably going to ride this for a while. And we also saw an announcement: the next takeover is going to be on Valentine's Day. So that'll be look forward to. It should be like St. Valentine's
Day massacre.
And then Austin throws, or no, Big Show threw Austin on the cage and goes flying out.
Yeah, I remember that.
That'd be great. All right, main event time. NXT champion Finn Balor taking on Kyle O'Reilly. Part 2, their rematch from the last TakeOver 31 back in October.
Yep.
Man.
It was a good match.
Good. I mean, they gave it a lot of time.
Classic.
No commercials. Yeah, Richard, thoughts on this main event here?
I like this more than the first one.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, the first one just went a little long for me. This one fit my needs.
Yeah, sometimes less is more in wrestling.
Yeah.
But early on, Kyle O'Reilly was being stretched out and submitted, and he reached over, bit the rope.
Yeah.
And then
I enjoyed that.
Finn Balor kicked the rope, and that hurt his jaw. So,
yeah.
Receipt there as far as hurting Kyle O'Reilly's jaw. The funny thing is, like, Cody Rhodes did that not too long ago. He bit the ropes on an AEW episode of Dynamite. So,
Tommy, what's he talking about, Tommy?
Yeah, you got me.
The son of the tournament, the tag tournament that's going on.
Yeah.
So anyway, I enjoyed this match here. Hard hitting. Ultimately, the finish I really enjoy. Tommy, it was like
it was like a half abdominal stretch
and
a
into a crossface.
Crossface.
And literally, Kyle O'Reilly could not go anywhere. He was stuck.
Yeah.
And so ultimately, he had to tap out. And so yeah, Finn Balor wins and retains the championship. And then Undisputed Era comes out to help Kylo out. But Kylo was grabbing his chin the whole time and in pain. So Finn's 2-0 against him. So I guess that's it. So really curious where Undisputed Era goes from here now, as far as Does Kyle rest up? It looks like Adam Cole and Roderick will be busy with the tournament, so Kyle could be off TV, maybe resting up for a bit.
I just want to make a statement, though, about Finn Balor. Right now, he's the right guy to hold the title for NXT. And all of his matches will always be instant classics or near miss. And, he just always gives the belt gravitas.
Yeah. No, Finn Balor's been a great champion, and they lucked out while he's been out injured. They've had other events to kind of hold it over with Halloween Havoc, War Games. So they've had other events to kind of cover up his presence not being there.